This is a review of the Double Black Diamond Packable Down Throw, plus a modification that I've made to improve the usability. I use this thing all the time. It's an integral part of my sleep system. This item has a lot of interest online, I think largely because of price point, which we'll get into in more detail. But also there's some misconceptions that I'm going to dive into here in a second, and I just want to address really two specifically. The way I'm going to structure this video is, first we're going to talk about price. Second, we'll go through exact specs. We'll look at weight, size. Third, I'm going to show you a modification that I did to make this thing more usable. And then fourth, I'm going to go through real footage from the field. So two misconceptions that I see online about this that I'd like to address are, first, can this be used as a 3-season quilt? I don't think so. I'm going to say no. It's great for layering. It's great to use in tandem with other sleeping bags or gear or items, but by itself as a standalone quilt, maybe a 1-season quilt here in Colorado. The second misconception is going to be that tall people can't use this. It's not big enough for someone who's tall. But I'm 6'3", use it all the time, and I'll show you how. All right, so the first thing to talk is price. If you go online any time of year, you can find these for around $40 to $80 depending on where you look. But what people really like to talk about is Costco. Seasonally, in wintertime, Costco seems to bring 1 or 2 shipments of these out, and they sell them for $19.99 a piece. And if you can grab these for 20 bucks, it's a great deal. If you can get them for 50 bucks, it's a good deal. Second thing we're going to talk about are specs. Weight and size. I took the luggage scale out earlier, hung this on it, and it comes in just under a pound. The weight for this throw is 15 ounces. Now for size, when we take this thing out, let me go ahead and open it up. We're looking at 60 inches by 70. So that's going to be 5 feet wide by just under 6 feet high. That's 5 feet 10 inches high, or long, I should say. And then here's that actual throw when we bring it out. All right, now that I've whipped it out, you can see how it's 5 feet wide and 5 feet 8 inches long. So like I said earlier, one of the misconceptions is that a tall person like myself, if I want to cover up my head or get it up here by my shoulders, my feet are going to be exposed. If I want to cover my feet, my shoulders and my head will be exposed. So now let's go into modifications. I'm going to show you how I actually use this thing. So let's go ahead and lay this thing out, get a better feel for it here. Like I said, 5 feet wide, 5 feet 10 inches long. I'm 6'3", so if I come in here to lay down, you know, I'm never going to cover my feet, my shoulders, and this is the complaint you see online a lot. All right, so now instead of going like a square, let's lay this thing out corner to corner. And you can see that I now have the length corner to corner needed for someone 6'3". I just need to do a few modifications to make it usable. All right, so you can see that when it's a square, there's not enough coverage for shoulders and feet. When it's a diamond or corner to corner, I get that length needed. So in order to make that more usable, I've put snaps every foot along one side of this throw. So let's see how the modification worked. When we lay this thing out, you can see now we've got this long down throw that wraps around. Here, let's jump in it. Very nice. And you can really see here how my feet are all the way in, it's wrapped up. I could go all the way over, probably hitting the mic, could go all the way over my head with this. The foot box that we created works really well, wraps around nicely, keeps us warm. I could go over my head with this if I wanted to. There's room to open this up if I want to stretch, but this works really, really well. So a couple things to talk about before we move into footage from the field. First is just size. You saw it in a stuff sack, but when you actually compress that throw down, it gets to be about the size of a softball. It does not take much room in your pack. Secondly is usage. I never use this as a standalone sleeping bag. For me, it's going to be a layer in my sleep system. I might have a 40-degree bag, but a down liner because it's in the 30s. It might be a 40-degree bag and 2 down liners. But when I look at my sleep system, I layer a lot like you would with clothing instead of just having a different bag for each temperature rating. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Here's some clips from the field. See you soon.
This thing's rated to 30, and quite honestly, I've used it when I'm wearing like my coat and all my other stuff down to 26, and I was uncomfortable. But watch what happens right here. All right, isn't that more appealing? Dude, check that out. That crappy little Ozark trail bag. That secret is inside. There's 2 down blankets. So now I got the bag with 2 layers of down. I'm gonna snuggle between. Plus all my warm clothes. I think I'll be fine. I mean, it might be 15 degrees, but quite honestly, I think I'll be good. We're just kind of drying stuff out over here. Making sure we're good before bed. So as it gets dark here, if you look at my, let me show you my sleeping setup real quick. I've got a 40-degree bag. It's obviously freezing cold out. Inside I have a down liner, which should be fine. And then on top of that, or that's on top of, I should say, an airbag.